Hi, folks. I'd just like to introduce you to Jackie Dick, who's a chicken farmer from the Lower Mainland in BC. And Jackie, just explain to folks how you experienced the coaching process.
Well, we were trying to do a lot of the coaching process on our own as a family, just the nuclear family. We didn't include our in-laws. We just stuck with our nuclear family. And it seemed like we ended up in a lot of tears. And I think, when I think back about it, I guess it's a very emotional thing. Well, it is. And so we heard about Elaine and we thought, well, let's give it a try. I mean, it could get better, might not, but we hoped it would. And so we got a hold of Elaine. It took a little bit, but once we got going, um, I think what we did was our first step, which she encouraged us to do, is we all went for counseling. And that was a very good start to our whole process because everybody had a chance to talk about some of the things that were hard for them or hurtful for them or where they felt it should be and it wasn't. And so after the counseling, I felt like everybody was ready for the next step. And we also kept it open. We said to all of our kids, the counseling is always open for you. If you need to go for counseling, the farm will pay for it. So turned out that nobody seemed to take us up on that. And that was a great situation all around. Then what happened is our next step was we met with Elaine, and what we really appreciated, and we all talked about it later, is that she was impartial. She wasn't invested emotionally the same way as we were invested emotionally, and she could guide us and keep us moving along and also make us say things when we didn't really want to. And I felt that was really helpful as well. Then, and we also got her book about including the in-laws, and I think that was a really important factor that I don't know why we didn't think of it before, but that's her calling, and she encouraged us to do that. And I felt like once we included the in-laws, it was a lot more cohesive because if people go home and talk to their spouses about what happened in the meeting, all of the facts are going to be skewed in some way. And this way, with them being involved and being there with us, it can keep the meeting going. And there's no sort of like, oh, I didn't hear that. I heard that. And they can talk about it from that point of view afterwards, that they both heard it. So that was a really helpful thing. And so now we're at the point where we're meeting on our own. We don't require Elaine's presence, but she helped us to get going, and that was the most important thing. And what I found, one thing that's happened as a result of this is that our daughter-in-laws have become more invested, and one of them took it upon herself to make the agenda for each of our meetings and run the meetings. So honestly, it's been excellent because she also has a special communication style and skill. And at the end of each meeting, one time we spent time, each of us picked somebody computer generated and lifted them up in some way. Another time we each took time and we prayed for one of the persons. So those are some of the things that she has initiated and have been so helpful. And then our other daughter-in-law decided to take on the role of the farm fun planner. And so now we're doing some fun events as well, because you can do a lot of work together, but it's important to have fun as well. And so that's where we're at. I don't know what else we can add, but things are moving forward. My husband plans to retire next June or July, and there's a lot to go through in the meantime, and having these meetings and meeting together helps us to stay on track and also encourages the guys that are working together to keep talking and working together. That's pretty much it.
In a nutshell, thanks so much, Jackie,
Yes.
for your time. And I think it's important for people to hear success stories. So wish you and your family in Chilliwack all the best. And
Thank
great
you.
to know that you've included the whole family and you're all pulling in the same direction.
We are, and it's very encouraging. It's actually, we actually leave the meeting sometimes, like sometimes I'll have a high for a few days after our meeting. So that's really special.
Good. Thanks so much for your time today.
You're welcome.